Hello, everyone. It is my delight to welcome you into the first of the series of our classes, of our lectures on SED 412 Industries and Industrialization. I am Dr. Amusa Uluwadamilare, a lecturer in the Department of Science Education, National Open University of Nigeria. The first topic that we shall be looking at today is to examine the concept of science in the true sense, the concept of science and technology, and also looking at you know industrial development in Nigeria. We're also going to examine different definitions of science, their similarities and differences with technology. Our discussion will be further extended into you know level of industrial development in Nigeria, the concept of technological backwardness, and we want to answer the question if Nigeria is a technological backward nation. This and series of other concepts will be examined in our first class. It is my hope that you get the best out of this lecture. Get your pen and writing material and follow up as we move on into our learning platform. Let's go there. Yes, this is the learning platform. As you can see, SED412, Industrial and Industrialization, and our first topic is Concept of Science and Technology. We also look at industrial development in Nigeria. What are the learning outcomes, the intended learning outcome? At the end of this class, you should be able to define, give brief definition of science and technology, state the similarities and differences between science and technology. You should be able to identify the criteria for measuring technological backward nations and list, causes, of course, explain causes of technological backwardness in Nigeria. You will not only do that, you also learn to suggest remedies for technological backwardness in Nigeria. You're also going to give, you should give historical background of technological and industrial development in Nigeria. So these are the intended learning outcome. Now, what is science? Science is a system of acquiring knowledge that uses observation and experimentation to explain natural phenomena. So that's just science. The concept, it is accumulation of knowledge. The concept of observation must be mentioned. Experimentation must also be mentioned. They are very key in definition. And all these things, what do they apply to? They apply to explain the natural phenomenon. And science can also be described as a systematic and organized body of knowledge that is based on testable explanation and predictions of the universe. Science is also the study of forces and interactions between different things, both animate and inanimate. Then let's look at technology. Technology is simply an application of scientific findings, applied science. It is an invention which entails series of designs and processes with extensive potentialities towards doing things more efficiently and effectively. That is the goal of technology. Come up with things that will enhance man activities efficiently and effectively. It can also be described as a knowledge-based human activity that connects design, production, utilization, and use of artifacts and tools towards controlling and adapting to man's environment. So that's just brief description of technology. What then are the similarities between science and technology? Both involve the study of the world around us. Yes, the world around you. Then they are both based on facts. The technology that is applied in the United Kingdom will work in Russia, will work in Nigeria, will work in Ghana. So they are facts, they are based on facts, not guesswork. So they both require study of, you need to study to understand them. They both require study to understand. You must study. That's why We have them as courses in the university and other polytechnics like that. So both are used to understand the world and to help people. So that is the essence of, science and technology. They have that similarities in their benefit to humanity. So then, when you say technological backwardness, what are the features? What are the descriptions of technological backward countries? Let's look at some of them, and you think about them. In such countries will not be able to produce capital goods such as tractors, cars, industrials, and other complex machines. They cannot produce them, cannot exploit natural resources like crude oil, gold, and a lot of other natural resources that that they are blessed with. So such countries will not be able to exploit them. Then they cannot mechanize agriculture, they cannot produce military hardware, and they depend on other countries for healthcare, education, tourism, and many other useful things in the world. So they export raw materials to other countries for finished products. So most of raw materials in Nigeria, cocoa, garlic, onion, they are always on import. They are always on import basis. So that is just that about technological backwardness. So these are the variables. These are the things to identify countries that are technologically backward. You can see these are garlic. The production here, these these are farmers. This is the way they are being taken out of the country. So let's move on. Now let us ask this question, among ourselves. Is Nigeria a technological backward nation? So I want you to make your submission on this. Think about it and get back to me on the discussion forum. So let's move on. Now, what are the causes of technological backwardness? If you identify a nation to be technological backward, what are the causes of such backwardness? Number one, in Africa, we can always point to the colonial masters, the discouragement by colonial masters. Africa was made to be a selling point, is a market for the product from you. So poor colonial education. Of course, the education we have today, emanated from them, of course, in terms of Western education. So, but we are not given good education that will foster good technology. We're only being trained to be clerk, to be messengers, and to be missionaries. So we have poor industrial policies after independence. Even after they left, the kind of education they gave us could not give us good industrial policies. So these are some of the causes. Inability to commercialize research findings. A lot of research are garden dust on the shelves. In Nigeria, you can't commercialize it, and there's some other places in Africa. Refusal to develop military invention made by the Biafrans. So of course that one came up during the Biafran Nigerian debacle. There were some development that came up, but Nigerian government put that aside. We have poor attitude of government and poorly equipped educational institutions. So most Nigerian higher institutions, they are nothing to write home about in terms of educational facilities. Now, science and socio-economic development. When we're talking about science and socio-economic development, we talk about technological, economic, social, and political growth. So all these ones too are product. Now, what are the remedies for technological backwardness? What are the remedies for technological backwardness? One, copying items already in the market. You can go to market, study those items, then try to mimic. We try to make a localized type of such product. Industrial provision of infrastructural facilities in our schools. Industrial espionage, you know, has to do with going out to look at what is going on in other countries, like spying. You can see this one. So there are, political implications of that, but some countries have used this industrial espionage to move on, in their technological pursuit. So we have provision of infrastructure facilities in our schools. That one is key. You must build your education to ensure your technology can grow. Adequate financing of research institutions. That one is also very important. Both energy production and supply. There will be no technology without power, energy, and that has been one of the challenges in the country. We need good leadership. We need good leadership. Leadership that are visionary. Leadership that can set the pace and set the agenda for the growth of the country. And of course, we need to apply appropriate technology in doing this. So, to round up discussion on this, we are going to have a quick wrap. We have been able to talk about meaning of science. We have also been able to talk about meaning of technology. We talked about differences and similarities. Of course, more emphasis on similarities. You can go ahead and find out what are the differences between science and technology. They are there in your course materials. And what is the concept of technological backwardness, and what is the appropriate solution or remedies to technological backwardness. On this note, we'll pick it from the next class, and before that time, bye for now. Take your assignment, go through other materials, be part of the Zoom classes and some other form of learning platform. Bye for now.